Welcome to Mind Walking in the Park.
Yeah, just a walk in the park. Just a ambulation in the recreation facilities.
You know we're in a park because you can hear the sirens, you can hear the police helicopters. You know we must be in an urban park. It's the sounds of nature.
North Hollywood Park.
My belly is full of goat meat right now.
Fucking
and
savage.
Guacamole.
Fucking savage. Yeah, we had an encounter while we were editing. We don't edit. Putting together the last episode.
We were still at Wildwood.
We were still at Wildwood. We were sitting at a bench, and Barney was just laying there, and there was an older gentleman. At least he had the proper headgear, but he was still wearing like a Pendleton, which I thought was weird.
And he had a walking stick.
No, it wasn't. It was too short to be a walking stick. It was like this long, and he's not gonna I just looked at that, and I immediately when I saw it, I was like, "That's not a walking stick." And it's kind of going up and down the little section we were at, getting some exercise, and every time Barney kind of went up and kind of startled him, and then he the first time, what was the line he said? Something about "You're the master."
Yeah, Barney went out, came back, and then, as he's wont to do, left the table again and went up, but this time kind of growled at his heels a little bit. Maybe nipped at him.
I don't think the second time. It was the third time he definitely nipped at him.
What are you doing? Where are you going, Sean?
I was going to go around this side of the fence.
I'd rather stay further from the street.
Okay. I mean, there's just more shade over there.
I suppose so.
Yeah. I think we'll be far enough.
Let's just
Hue closer
stay
to
closer to the fence side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Right, Barney?
So, yeah, Barney did that, and then he said something about taunting you about being the master, or you're the master. Oh, the master. Or maybe it was like some kind of master. Maybe it was that kind of...
Yeah, it felt that way. That was kind of the
like,
thing.
Ha, ha, ha. And he made like a little kicking motion. Not like a full stomp or anything, but he kind of kicked and kind of gestured his stick towards Barney a little bit, which I did not like one bit.
I didn't like it, but I'll say this.
But
if Barney gets a little nudge or a whack from the stick because he's in somebody's space, that's the lesson that Barney needs to learn. I'm not too even-handed about that. I don't want my dog to get the crap beat out of him, but at some point he has to learn to not just encroach on people's space. It was the thing. This is one of the things I've noticed with Barney is if I'm sitting still too long, in a location, it becomes very territorial for him. Holy shit! An intact sport ball.
I think it needs to be added. Look at that thing.
That's pretty good. And it's
picture time.
Decayed enough that I don't think it's the people that are actually playing sport ball over here's sport ball.
Yeah, we got a single-seamed sport ball. A dirty sport ball.
Dirty sport ball.
But not destroyed. It's a nice one for the collection.
Yeah. Good eye.
See, yeah,
good eye.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I disagree with you. I think that, it depends. It depends on, if Barney's pushed away with the stick, but I don't want any fucking...
Like whacking.
I don't want any force like that of any kind. I'd like to be able to teach those lessons without that.
Sure. Also,
and I think they can be taught without
that. 2 times before on that same little section of trail, people had come by and Barney did the same thing, and he just sniffed their feet and walked away.
Yeah.
And there was no aggression, and he didn't see a need to come back with a vengeance like he did with this guy. The guy, what do you think, is in his late 60s, mid to late 60s?
Well, that was about the entirety of the interaction at that point, right?
At that point, yeah.
So then,
because they're going up and down the hill, they come back again. And I think it was on the 3rd time when it felt like they were ready. They felt like they were wrapping up. They kind of had that wrapping up energy, but they're coming back to the car. And Barney did it one more time. And the guy was extra surly and kind of kicky and probably swingy. And maybe Barney got a little nip on him. And then when the guys, again, this is a fucking coward. I want to tell you about the smoking guy. When he was far enough away, then he threatens.
Yeah.
I don't even remember exactly what he said because I got into a rage at that moment. But thank you for standing up to him.
Well, first, I just heard noises coming from behind us. It's kind of like, grumble. But then he said, I'm going to bash your dog's skull in.
Ooh, is that what he said? Oh, shit.
Or skull or head.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like, I am going to bash your dog's skull in. Was really...
Well,
and
I was already in a rage at that point. That's probably why.
So I heard that, and my back was to him, so I turned around and I said, can you not make threats of violence against our dog, or don't make threats of violence against our dog, something like that.
Yeah.
Sort of. I don't know. I mean, someone who's making a threat like that, they don't necessarily deserve a fucking please,
No.
I don't remember if I said please, but basically, yeah, I just wanted to, because I felt the fear. There was a fear in me that was like, okay, don't look back and confront this guy. Don't give him eye contact. Don't give him attention. Maybe he'll go away. But I was like, I can't let a threat of violence like that fucking stand.
Thank you.
So I turned around and just told him that, just to draw a line and say, I see you, I hear you, I recognize exactly what you're doing, knock it off. And then I went back to, ignoring him unless he made it a bigger problem.
And he did.
He did.
And that's when I was so appreciative that you did that, because I was like in a mode of just like, I'm just going to shut up. I don't want to say anything. But then he fucking came back and he was like coming, like he was closing the distance between his fucking Prius, and
well, I think he called us pussies or something. I think after I said don't make threats of violence, and he was like, it's fucking pussies.
Yeah. And then he was walking away, but then he wouldn't let it go, and he came back.
No, that's how that happens. They walk away, they come back, they're pacing back, they want to leave it alone, but then something is, niggling in their brain that's like, you have to fucking...
get the last word.
You have to, make your stand or whatever. And so he kept coming back, and
that's when I stood up and yelled. And again, typically my voice is big and threatening enough that most of the time people just back away. And I just yelled, shut the fuck up. And he did fucking was taken aback in the moment for just a brief second.
And at this point you were holding on to Barney.
Yeah,
which was, good, because because at that point if Barney did go up to him again, I think he would have fucking taken a swing.
Oh yeah. I knew that there was trouble. I mean, that's the thing, is I grabbed Barney right away. And whatever, Barney was sensing some fucking shittiness from this guy. And when I went to go and even reprimand him, he would just be like cowering and be like, oh, sorry. Because typically when I do that, when I say, come here, Barney, he's like, oh, what did I do wrong? But there's these things, he was like, are you going to fucking deal with that guy, Dad? I don't know. I don't know what they think. But then I wonder if they use this house for anything. Or if it's just a piece of real estate that is like derelict because it's in the park.
And they haven't given it up? Who knows? Yeah. I don't know.
It's probably some storage area, but wouldn't it be cool if somebody lived there?
Yeah, apart from it being right near the freeway.
Yeah. Well, I think it was probably somebody's house at some point.
What do we have here? Textbooks?
Looks like it.
School books?
Looks like it. Oh! Aubergine. Orléans.
Oh, let me get a picture of that.
Anjou, man.
Thinking about geography.
Picardy, Flanders. Duchy of Burgundy. Provence. Dauphin. Languedoc.
I gotta tell you.
Women. I don't know why I love saying with a over-the-top French accent. Thinking about geography. West in the world. It's a fucking
West in the world sounds
cultural
a
anthropology.
Bit, how the West dominated everything.
Yeah.
In the world.
From
biblically.
the Renaissance to the present.
I'm gonna just read a little bit from this textbook. Why not have a little textbook read? The West in the World, 3rd edition, Renaissance to present. Random page. Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, snap. I'm going to stand in the shade.
Within France, the revolution provided unprecedented opportunities for ambitious soldiers of talent. Most pre-Revolutionary Army officers had come from the nobility and had fled the country or lost their commands as the revolution gathered momentum. This leadership drain, as well as the need to expand the army, created a huge demand for skilled officers. Napoleon Bonaparte, a talented artillery officer, stepped in to take full advantage of these opportunities. You know. It then goes on into Napoleon's rise to power. Born into a poor but well-known family, in other words, well-connected family, on Corsica in 1769.
69.
And it goes on. Napoleon was hardworking, assertive, independent, and even arrogant as a youth. These qualities would stay with him for the rest of his life.
I mean, this gentleman was trying to be a little Napoleon.
I can't help but I hear that. And,
it's like programming children to try to be little Napoleons.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe even a little arrogant. Yeah, throw it in the trash. It's where the West in the world belongs. Fucking cultural anthropology, fucking colonist bullshit.
Yeah, it doesn't read like history, does it?
No.
It reads like, let me tell you a tale.
No, it reads like propaganda, but also like PR for fucking Napoleon. Hey, this guy was awesome. Mm-hmm. He might have been a little bit arrogant, but you know some arrogant people in your life, don't you? Mm. Yeah, that's so he kept on coming back, you know, and yelling shit.
I feel like it's trying to convince some young poor kid in America to join the army so they can become a famous conqueror and be written about in books or something.
Oh, for sure.
Like, look, there were opportunities for soldiers.
Huh?
Now let's talk about Napoleon's rise to power.
Oh, and he was poor like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, maybe I should join the army. Right? It's all in there. It's all in there.
Some fucking program. It's programming people's brains. But yeah, the guy kept on mouthing off. And he's...
Yeah, so you stood up and said that, and then I jumped in and was kind of like... Because I didn't want to see it escalate any further than that. And basically, I definitely respected you yelling at him but I didn't want the distance to be closed any more than it had to be, and it didn't really have to be.
I would say this: I felt the tension in you, and so I decided to take another tactic.
Ah, okay.
Which was, I told him I was going to call the police, and I got on my phone, and I pretended to call the police, and you said my acting was pretty good.
Yeah, you want to give us a rendition?
I wish I could, but because I was really using the moment, I was like, I'm in Wildwood Canyon Trail. Yeah. You got my location? Okay. Or whatever. And then I was like, oh, you want me to get his license plate number? Okay.
Well, and you said there's a man.
Oh, yeah, there's a man. He's got a stick and he's threatening me and my dog. Yeah.
And then he took out his video camera and started filming you.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. And meanwhile, as you're on the fake phone to the cops, which I wasn't sure if it was real or not, he was just yelling like, he was going, wah, babies, cry babies.
I mean, I could have used the same accusation against him.
This was a grown old man putting on a baby. Now we're getting some. I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about someone else.
Yeah, we got to keep moving.
Yeah.
Just keep moving.
All right, let's get Barney for the intersection.
Yep. Hey, bud.
What's going on?
I don't know. I don't think I know that guy.
So, it was weird hearing this old man
accusing us of
taunting
being
me like
babies.
he was a third grader on a playground. Because that's what he was giving us.
Yeah. I mean, now that I think about it, I should have called him a crybaby. My little dog bit you. Oh, the big man got his ankle bit by a widow dog. But I really just wanted him to go away. Actually, it would have been easy for a gentleman of my size to take him down, but he had backup. Backup. And the backup had a pretty athletic build to him. So that was the real mystery. This silent partner who this old guy had.
I don't think that guy wanted any trouble.
No, I don't think he wanted any trouble, but we don't know who he was. Was he a family member? Was he a trainer? As you said, he might have been doing some kind of like outreach to veterans. And it was weird because we had just been talking about the envy spirit.
Yes.
And it's almost like we invoked, the envy spirit in another avatar at that moment. And
I'll also point out that you went from admitting and turning the corner to snitching on Facebook to snitching, although not actually.
Not actually.
But I was like, wow, this is real fast. Developments are happening real fast in the Sean world.
Well, kind of, but I also say, like, let's say snitching on Facebook, that's not actually getting anybody in trouble with the authorities, right? He's not going to serve any time. There's nothing punitive that's going to happen to him, right? It's really just this company.
Well, only to the extent that Facebook is an authority, and it does have power.
Yeah, but again, like he's maybe being censored, but he's being censored in a way that Facebook thinks he should be censored if I report it. He's within the walled garden of Facebook. And in the walled garden of Facebook, if they do not want you to talk about various violent things, then you should not talk about various violent things.
But yeah, so he called us pussies for a while, and
he did, like I was saying he did the crying hands, like the whole hands as if I'm crying. Like the tears.
He
on
was
his
quite.
face.
He really was hamming it up.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't want to let it go. He had a point to make about how he was going to be violent with Barney, and really, I think, wanted escalation. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that was what was with you. I wasn't sure when you stood up, because we haven't been in a situation quite like that before.
No.
So there was a bit of unknown. So
sure.
I was like, oh, I don't know if a switch went off in your head where you were just like prepared to escalate.
Well,
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm not accusing you of that.
No,
I'm saying I didn't know if that had happened.
Well,
or not.
the thing is, unless we have a sign ahead of time to like an inside sign, then it's like we don't. You and I aren't. We aren't playing the Spanish prisoner. You have to take it for real.
Yeah.
What I'm doing, and I also think the other part about that is, I hate to admit this on mic. You
should admit it on mic, though, because
I'm actually really a pussy. I don't get into real confrontations. I could do stuff like that and scare people away, and I can do enough feigning of danger that most of the time people back away. It works. I mean, except for martial arts, I've only bare knuckle punched two people in my life. And it fucking hurts. I don't want to fucking... Like, if you really punch somebody hard with your bare fist to their face, you'll break your fucking... Yeah, your knuckles and shit.
Well, that was an interesting thing to learn about boxing gloves.
Yeah.
That they're more about protecting the
hands
fists of the boxer than they are about the face of the other boxer.
And, one of the times I punched somebody, I hit their tooth.
Yeah.
And I got a fucking real nasty infection.
Oh, God.
So I was like,
gross.
Fuck. It's basically like I got bit
on
my fucking hand. I've also been bit by a human in self-defense. There's, I was trying to defend myself and they bit me. But yeah, ultimately I got on the phone. I scared him. It's weird. It's like he was being a bully, and I just had to fucking threaten that a bigger bully was going to come.
I mean,
it's
pretty simple politics, right?
Yeah.
Because he can call us pussies all he wants, and call us babies all he wants, and do weird crying gestures at us. But once he was actually convinced, and that's why you had to keep selling it. You know? That you were really calling the cops, and they left.
Yeah.
Which just goes to show you that they could have left at any time anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of the big things you were saying to them. You said to him, you could leave at any time, or there's no problem here that you can't avoid by you leaving. But then, of course, he just said, well, you fucking leave. You and your dog leave, right? So it just becomes a... it just becomes a goat versus fish game. You're the pussy. No, you're the pussy. Yeah. You leave. No, you leave. I mean, that's really all that ends up happening, sadly.
Yeah. Well, and again, like, they were packing up to go. Right, so I was like...
He was just trying to get some fun. And you wonder if a guy like that goes on a hike and is just waiting for that opportunity to let off the fucking steam.
Oh, and fucking, like, maybe even Mad Dog and my dog in a way to be like, again, like, you seen it, Barney will just walk up to people and just smell them. And most of the time, they're just startled or whatever. There's no malice there. But he was giving off some energy that made Barney want to fucking bite him. Now, again, not anybody's fault. Oh, vanity, that name is tan.
Well, that dude is sunbathing, just wrinkling up, folding up the
shorts.
The shorts just a little bit more, just shrink that tan line just a little bit more.
I mean, maybe it is part of his job, but still.
I mean, we can't really speak much. Our job is also
being outside,
getting tans.
Yeah, apparently. But I knew it was going to be a hot day. That's why I wore long sleeves today. Yeah, because when we were doing the first week that we were going out and recording every day, I noticed I was getting a little open spots, like little open wounds. And so I was like, I should probably cover up at least 2 or 3 days a week. Put myself in the position to not have skin cancer.
Makes sense. I probably should too. I'm such... I love the feeling of the air on my skin, so I go shirt and shorts. But and yes, I'm giving myself coverage with my hat, which is great. But I gotta... Considering we're going to be making this a really regular thing, some strategies would be prudent.
But, I'm thinking humans are built for at least an hour and a half of sun every day. Maybe not 10 or 12 hours. But, I mean, we're probably built for it. Barney.
But ultimately, we got the episode uploaded, so now it's up.
Yep. You probably already listened to it if you're listening to this right now. So that's what happened between. Yeah, we did have a little bit of lunch, but really it was getting the episode up and fighting with an old man. So maybe we should call this episode "Fighting with an Old Man." Yeah, it's kind of exciting.
Sean, if we call this episode "Fighting with an Old Man," I need to fight you by the end of the episode. So you're laying the groundwork.
But then Barney needs to fight you.
Sure.
That's really fighting an old man, because you're a man compared to him.
Look,
being a
the
dog.
Artistic impetus in me is like working me up now. I'm like, I gotta fucking wrestle with this jackass.
Well, yeah, no, it's so funny. So that's reminding me of disassociation.
Yes.
So
yes.
On Deathly Scared episode, Deathly Afraid,
which was last Friday's episode.
We had that confrontation with the old lady who was deathly afraid of our COVID. So that was actually the moment that I went into the disassociation. And I've got a lot of disassociation trauma and shit going on. It's just part of, all my trauma. But I also went and talked to my somatic experiencing therapist after. That's who. And she's like, you should appreciate your disassociation, because then you don't have to be in the pain and turmoil of what was happening to you. I was like, oh yeah, so true. And I thank you to you, because you kind of called it out, not knowing that you were calling it out. I forget what you said in the car, but you were like you're distant or something like that.
Yeah. And I wanted to say what's wrong, but I thought that might trigger you.
It could have.
So I actually said something like, hey Sean, what's I'm not exactly sure how to say this without I don't know quite what to say, but something seems off or something. Like, it was basically like that.
And I'll even say this, like, I was able to spend $400 at the at Sammy's cameras in a fully disassociated state. Isn't that crazy?
So what is disassociation here, and why was it? It was triggered by that woman saying that.
The woman.
But what is it really? What is it? And what is it?
So
what does it mean?
It's as if I'm watching my body from the outside of my body. Kind of. That's the basic feeling. I see Sean doing things. Mm-hmm. I'm not there, and like you said, you listened to the episode. It sounded like a perfectly fine episode. Mm-hmm. So and I know I've been on stage a lot in my life where I've disassociated. Because I used to have a lot of trauma. But I think there's a balancing point, because sometimes people can be in flow state and be slightly disassociated. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's really where I'm not having any memory of what's happening. I can't even. I mean, I shut off basically with the woman. I've got a little smattering of the fucking dog, because I saw the picture of the dog that the woman with the accent had. And then we got to Sammy's, and then the rest of it is gone until I kind of came back into my body in the car. And then I really fully came back into my body when we had the conversation on my patio. And I'm not present. This is not near a sports ball center.
Ooh, good question about that.
And I think it's specifically a sport ball for a dog.
I realize this might be unfair to this poor object, but I feel like too much of it has been ripped away that it's not really a ball anymore. It's like half a sphere.
Fair enough. But I also think, like, as part of the museum, it just doesn't feel worthy of the museum, because we're not close enough to a tennis court. We can't identify. I mean, we can identify the sport it's supposed to be used for.
Yeah.
But I think
I don't know. I guess I reject it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Some combination of factors. It's a collection. Look, it's not just every sports ball. It's a collection, a curated museum of sports ball.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So I went out of my body. I was able to walk and talk my body, because I'm in the habit. But I think one of the things that's kind of, I'll just say, bad about it in general. Hey, come over here, bud. Is that I tend to have hey, keep over here, bud. I tend to have a little bit less of a sense of humor because I'm not present and vulnerable. I'm not kind of listening closely. I'm a little bit, my affect is a little bit flat, but I'm a good actor. So
you're a bit more like, a bit more curt than normal. Not to the extent that I thought anything was wrong, especially because we were walking through the Grove and being in a generally unpleasant space. So I kind of expected a little bit of curtness.
Yeah.
But it did seem a little bit of curtness. So that might have been part of it.
And I didn't even really realize that I was disassociating until we'd had the conversation on the patio, and then I started talking to my therapist friend, and then that's when I was like, that's what was going on. You know what I mean? It doesn't. It just.
Well, there was a lot that had to get off of your chest because we talked for like an hour.
Yeah.
During the editing.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of stuff came up. Things about relationships came up. Things about our relationship came up.
The process,
me, cutting a few times during that, which really just means turning it off and turning it back on again.
Yeah.
But yes, we did a couple of cuts, and a lot of bumps in the road kind of were happening all in the same time, and I guess this.
Now, I know that's not a sports ball, but it's a half a pomegranate. That doesn't count, right?
Well, there's the rest of it.
Oh, okay. We got a full sports ball. But what is the sport that you play with the pomegranate?
Calvin ball.
Yes. Oh. I mean, obviously, in the Calvin and Hobbes comic, that means Calvin is the bad guy. Because Calvinism is a rotten religion, and Hobbes, as a philosopher, was responding to the severity of Calvin in his dialogues.
Doesn't Hobbes? I mean, he's the tiger, and so sometimes he's more aggressive. But doesn't he? Calvin is often on a polemic about something.
Yeah. So
and Hobbes is a bit more reserved in that way, right?
Yeah.
It would actually be good to reread those.
With the filter of...
Well, just to get a deeper look into their differences as characters,
Yeah. I mean, I think part of it is Calvin is kind of a strict moralist, and Hobbes is a naturalist. He's like, we have to take into account our human animal nature, and Calvin is like, but this is the way the world is. And I shall keep that idea alive.
Well, between us two, which one is the Calvin and which one is the Hobbes?
I mean, I think we switch places a lot, but you tend to be a little more Calvinistic.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say the other way around. Well, only because I think you're more likely to go on a moralistic rant about something.
Oh, sure.
And have me be kind of like, well...
Sure. And I tend to have a little more...
and also the rejection of authority that Calvin occupies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like we should read passages out loud.
Sure.
I just try to say in patches of shade for poor little Barney.
Well, there's a guy out there now who's repurposing, who's stealing Calvin and Hobbes' art, the comics themselves, and just erasing the dialogue and replacing it with alt-right conservative talking points.
Really?
Yes.
And we know that...
And has the nerve to say that the comic was written by... the image that you're seeing is written by Bill Watterson and himself.
Oof. Well, and Bill has such a laissez-faire attitude to that stuff. He does not want to hurt people trying to recapitulate his art. He did not want them to chase after every fucking Calvin pissing on a Ford,
right.
Emblem.
But someone's making profit where they're not supposed to.
And he was like, "That's fine." I think though probably in this case maybe the comic book company, whatever that AIP or whatever it is, they should be protecting their copyright, right? That Bill doesn't necessarily need to protect his own artistic thing, but the people that are making money off of it should attempt, I don't know, whatever. Again, he's probably got a laissez-faire attitude towards it.
You know, maybe I am Calvin because I do spend a lot of time talking to my stuffed animals.
Aww. And you do have a sled. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, this is you wouldn't have got this tributary as gently if I was in a disassociated state. It felt a little forced, and I'm just not funny when I'm disassociating. I mean, I can be funny because I've disassociated on stage during comedy shows, but that's like that balancing point between flow and disassociation, where you're in a flow state. You've had this when you've gone on stage and then suddenly you're off stage and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Mm-hmm. I had a little bit of that at a Zoom mic on Sunday.
Well, Zoom is all about disassociation.
Yeah, totally.
But question, so I didn't know that I was doing this act of pulling you out of a disassociated state. So let me ask you this. If I hadn't had done that, mm-hmm. what would have been the consequence in either the short or medium term or whatever? Well, what was I rescuing you from, or what was I doing that was helpful to you? You know what I mean?
So even with your help of pulling me out of it, I still ended up having a depressive day a couple days later, and I think that's just these are the idea that your brain's having an allergic reaction. Do I go this way?
Yeah.
Okay. Your brain's having an allergic reaction, right, to anxiety or stress. And the way my brain reacts to that is to disassociate, meaning...
actually, no, let's go the other way.
Yeah, meaning it puts me in a state of low affect and not reacting present to the emotions. Uh-huh. Like I'm not, as the emotions are happening, I'm not reacting to them presently because I've disconnected them.
So you're creating like a backlog of unresolved emotional shit that you got to deal with?
So what ended up happening is you pulled me out of it, and then, like I said, with the help of Carmen, mm-hmm. I kind of came out of it completely. I'm still in I'll just say irritated state the rest of the day. But
well, you were really tired because what happened, I went to go take a shit in your bathroom.
Yeah.
And then your therapy started as I was finishing up in there. So the voyeuristic part of me was like, ooh, I could sit in the bathroom for as long as I wanted and hear more therapy. Yeah. But that's not my business.
I thought there was a part of me that's like, well, I don't want to, I want to be as honest as possible, but I also want to be in a place where if you were to listen, right. It would be interesting. I had that feeling.
Well, exactly. But I don't, you don't need that kind of pressure when you're in therapy. So but I will finally mention, because now that I've been in your bathroom a couple of times, I noticed something I've been meaning to bring up, and this is a good time. Yeah, you have a lot of fucking cologne.
Yeah, well, I told you I studied fragrance making.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And someday we will bring my organ out on a hike or a MindWalk, and we will sniff my organ and see what thoughts come out after that.
Your organ?
Yeah, that's what they call your collection of fragrances that you would use to make a fragrance. It's all the essential scents. I'll show it to you when we get back to my house. I'm going to show you my organ.
But I've never smelled cologne on you unless you're using it in such small amounts.
There's a little bit of that. It's usually I'll use it either in a small amount, or if I'm really funky, throw a whatever coat on. But it's usually for going out. But it's also, once in a great while, I'll put on some before I go to bed and see if there's any fragrance influence of my dreams or whatever. A lot of it is experimentation. I'd say easily half of that I have in there is the cheap stuff that you could get $5 bottles at Fry's. Yeah, Fry's Electronics.
Wow, Fry's.
Yeah, and also Ross Dress for Less. Uh-huh. So I used to find, I was always on the hunt for. So I have a book on perfumes, and there's rankings, And there's 5 or 6 of these fragrances that are like, I don't know, whatever, 5 stars, whatever they are, that have gone commercial. So you can get them for relatively cheap now.
Okay.
So I have a few of those. And then I have probably 5 or 6 bottles of really $150 for the bottle. And if you want, we could walk over to Melrose Place at some point. We'll walk into Santa Maria Novella, which is the oldest perfumery in the world.
Really?
Yeah, they were.
Really? There's not one in France somewhere?
Well, this is in Italy. This one started in Italy, and this is a franchise.
Satellite. Okay.
Yeah, this is a franchise that, and yes, the oldest one in Cologne, Germany, is the oldest cologne maker. The oldest French one is only a couple years older than Santa Maria Novella, but Santa Maria Novella was the Pope's apothecary in like the 14th century or 15th century.
Makes sense.
And so they've been making natural.
You see this guy doing a squat right here?
Yeah,
that's
committed.
See, that's just fitness.
Yeah,
just sit in a fucking squat.
Yeah, I mean that's going to engage so much of your core.
Well, and your quads,
yeah.
Quads, buttocks, hams.
And he's in great shape.
Don't overcomplicate your exercise, guys. Oh, Sean, it's a fitness podcast.
It's a fitness podcast. You're going to keep your mind and body as fit as possible by going. Just walk with us. They'll typically at this point probably only be in an hour and a half each. We're trying to kind of get you a little discipline over, but that doesn't mean we won't have a 4-hour hike in your future.
Yeah.
But if you just
we'll have 2-hour ones. But
1.5
is sort of the
kind of base
target. And I don't really want to go much. I don't really want to go lower than 115.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless we have to. If we have to chunk out a 45-minute one for whatever, we'll do what needs to be done.
But we want people to be able to go along with us, and go walk and think, walk and listen to our silly stories about getting in fights with old men and fragrances and.
So let me tell you about work.
Yes. Wait, you wanted to say something about me being tired, though.
Yeah,
real quick.
I did. I was thinking that myself. I was like, I don't need to say that. But then you remembered I said it. Man, we're such a tag team of... Wait, didn't you have a thought you needed to express? Yeah. Yes, I did, Sean. I did. So as I came out from the bathroom after admiring your fragrances, you were laying in bed with the computer on your chest, and you were... I was having a rough day. And you were just beat. You were so beat.
So exhausted.
Like more beat than I've seen you after much more strenuous hikes.
Yeah.
You were really exhausted, and you weren't defeated, but I could see that that something really serious had just happened.
Yeah.
And that now you were going to have to tell it to your therapist, right? Even after you had just spent like 2 hours talking to me, and I felt like I was being a sort of a therapist in a way.
You wanna?
But you as a queen, it is a queen?
No, it goes all the way through. It's up to you.
Yeah, sure.
I've never seen it go all the way through. It's been typically pretty blocked.
So, yeah, we're going through some beaten down fences now, and some peeled open fences. It's like we're playing an RPG and a way that was obstructed before. Now that we've accomplished some sort of totally unrelated quest that now suddenly, for no reason we can comprehend, this way is open to us now.
Yeah. We've pushed against all the walls in the Doom thing, and some passages opened up.
So I thought, wow, after all that talking with me, now you're going to have another round with the therapist. And I felt pretty decent about myself because ultimately we had a very productive discussion. A lot of emotions came out. We wished we had recorded it.
Of course.
But I thought, man, imagine how much more difficult your therapy would have been if I was like a real asshole and we just had a huge fight that didn't go anywhere and was horrible. Oh, hold on. Let's have a look. What do we got here?
We got a thing called headbands. Oh, these are these little headbands you put on. Oh, it's that we used to play it. I think we used to call it Indian, where you'd put the card up, and usually it'd be a playing card.
Oh, yeah. Well, like Indian poker.
Yeah, Indian poker, yeah.
So they're selling the headbands, and it's called HEDBANZ, because things are cool when they're
Have a
misspelled.
Z, yeah.
And it's really just a ring of plastic. You know, I bet for those that they had extra face shields that they couldn't sell, and so they just ripped off the plastic shield and then just sold you headbands.
The headband, and then you put the card in it.
Well, it looks like the cards are not just playing cards, so there might be some other kind of game going on.
But
here.
it's a ranked system game.
But look, why are they selling fucking plastic to wear in your headband when you could just hold the card on your forehead? You can just do that.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these kids. All white kids. This is not a very progressive game, Sean.
No, well.
Look at all of them. It's like the mom. I guess that's a mom and a dad and two
kids?
Maybe that's a girl. It's a standard white family.
Standard white family. And again, like we said, it was called Indian poker because I think that the card looked like a Native American feather.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like we've got to white this game up as white as possible.
And then we got Race to the Treasure.
Oh shit! It's always in these transition points. Always in these transition points that we are.
Mind stop.
Mind stop. And cut. MindWalk. Ooh, that was awesome. So if you're in a tunnel, just take a break and chill out.
Enjoy the echo.
Enjoy the echo. Whoa. Yeah, it's kind of... I can see why people were trying to live in here. It seems like a decent space to try to live in. You're protected from the elements. It's cool. You're protected from predators.
I mean, you are a bit restricted. If a threat does come, you only have one direction from which you can escape.
Yeah, it's true. But if you're living on the street, you know...
we got the walls are just scratched and graffitied up in all kinds.
But this has got a nice tile. The whole thing has got a tile to it.
Well, the thing about a tunnel like this is at one point it was built to be used. It's got lighting, it's got ventilation. Yeah. They wouldn't have put the tile up here. Yeah. So what the fuck happened to these tunnels? Is it really just a case of people started sleeping in them and tagging them, and so they decided, like, oh, these are lost causes, or I mean, why did they become not in use anymore?
I think they probably became a locus for like crime, like assaults and rapes and stuff like that, because it is a secretive space. Somebody in here late at night could get in trouble, you know. So I think that, but it's a shame. It's a shame that we can't have stuff like this operate as the way it was designed. You know, because it's...
Another way to get around town.
Yeah. It would be nice to be able to ride my bike under the freeway instead of in fucking traffic.
Yeah, you know? Seriously.
Yeah. And this is the freeway, yeah.
Take a rest.
Yeah.
And relax. You may be in a transitional place in your life right now. And that's beautiful. Now, the place you're transitioning to may not be where you want to be going. Maybe the parts of this transition are not pleasing to you, but at least it's evidence that you're living life, you're alive. And wherever you think you're headed, I would argue you're not predestined to go there. If you're in a transitional phase, then use that space to try and turn it into what you want to get out of it, right?
Yeah, I think so. Take this moment to assess where you're at, look at the trail of your life, see if you can bypass some of the hard parts, see if you can, you know, or even just take a break to reassess the space that you're in. make this moment a moment of reflection and a moment of, assessment.
Now, speaking of reflection, do you know what you put on your head?
No, I don't. That's why I figured we could
Shall we play a game
of
headbands? All right. Presumably, I have to tell you what you are without using the words.
Oh, no. So I think I asked questions. Am I human?
No.
Am I...
Well, do I get to go?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Am I an animal?
Nope. Am I something you can put in your mouth?
Yes.
Am I... I think if you get a yes, you get to keep going.
Okay.
Right? Am I a food item?
No.
Damn.
Am I something you use in sports?
No. Oh, am I something you use in sports?
I'll say no.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, it's there.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It's face down. It's right there.
But it's not on my head anymore, Sean.
Oh, shit. Hold
We're
on.
playing headbands. It's got to be on my fucking head.
Well, I was trying to put it on your hat so it wouldn't actually touch your flesh.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Is it
Yeah.
up there?
Yeah.
All right, is it my turn again?
Yeah.
All right. Is it stationary related?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stationary? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, am I stationary?
No.
Ooh.
Well, I mean,
At times.
You're-
no, it's a...
no, you're not stationary.
okay.
No.
That's a no.
Yeah. Am I a book?
No. Am I... something I could fit in your mouth? Am I an animal?
No.
Damn.
Am I a piece of paper?
I mean, ultimately, the piece of paper in your hat is a piece of paper.
Right.
Yes. No.
But no, okay.
Am I...
Five,
something to do with sports
4,
and not
3.
stationary at times. Am I a
2.
scorecard?
No.
Okay.
I said not really sports.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I need to get off
And for
of that.
stationary, well, sorry. Can you define...
I meant moving or not moving.
Oh! Well, I guess no.
Okay.
There's a lot of discussion. I'll just throw hints at you.
So
'cause it's
yours,
fun.
I'll say this too.
So I thought I was asking about paper and stuff.
So the answer I gave you for yours is yours takes place in a stationary position.
I like... We're both stationary right now.
Yes, that's right. On our MindWalk, we're
Yes.
got stuck in headbands land.
It's a cruel place, but we got to keep going. Okay, so now I know I'm not a piece of paper. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm stuck in a place.
Whose
Whose turn? Is this my turn?
Your turn. It might as well.
Okay. All right. So no more. I'm a book. I'm not paper anymore. All right. Am I alive? No,
No.
that's not a. No, I'm not alive. Okay.
Am I a living thing?
No.
Okay.
Am
I already
I?
asked if I was an animal, so.
Yeah. Can you hold me in your hand? Can you?
You can, but it'd be gross. It'd be dirty.
Okay. Okay.
Am I associated with any nationality?
You don't have any idea how awesome your fucking card is, by the way. It is amazing.
I mean, it's random, and yours is kind of flat and dumb, but this is what happens.
I gotta just get one more of these of you. I mean, it's too perfect. This is fucking... It's really a perfect card, Sean.
Am I a kidney?
No, you're not a kidney. That would have been good, though. What was the last thing you said about me that I'm...
If you held it in your hand, it'd be gross.
Okay. Am I a turd?
No, but you will be a turd.
Okay. Good to know.
Yes. Okay, am I... It's fucking awesome. Not a person, thing. Am I... You said not an animal. Am I the universe?
Oh, I think no.
Damn.
I said you could put it in your mouth. I guess you could put the universe in your mouth.
Yeah, that's true. No, yeah, you're right. You can't put it in my mouth.
All right.
Am I my dick?
Am I... No, am I syrup?
No, but you are a food.
I've figured out that much.
Okay. You're a little bit of a complex food.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of. The way the picture is more complex than what it says as the statement.
Okay.
It's a little misleading. Am I a book?
No.
Yeah, I guess I can fit many books in my mouth.
All right, so maybe after this question of mine, we'll go into hints mode.
Okay, good.
All right, but
Yeah.
I'll ask one more. Okay. Am I ketchup?
No, but you're so close. You can make this with ketchup.
Okay.
Okay, hint mode.
All right. All right.
Real quick, I gotta admit, this game wouldn't be as fun except knowing that we're on the fucking podcast right now.
Of course. And we're in a weird echoey tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's so bizarre.
All right. You are associated with intelligence.
Oh shit. Digital watch?
No.
Not that nerdy.
All right.
Okay,
So we'll get moving along here.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So am I mustard?
No. So you can make
Oh, right. Okay.
it
So
with. Just imagine the lowest.
am I tomato paste?
Kinda.
All right. So your question.
Okay. Associated with. Oh. Am I glasses?
No.
Damn.
Am I like tomato sauce?
Well, I mean, it's in the picture. It's in the picture, but that's not what it says on the card. How diligent do we have to be? Here, I'll show you. I'm going to show you the picture. I'm going to show you the picture.
No, I don't want to see the picture.
Okay.
I don't want it.
Well, actually, now that I look at it,
I gotta earn it.
Now that I look at it, there's no tomato sauce.
I've been first was stationery, now it's the fucking tomato sauce. I've been wild goose chasing this whole fucking time, man.
But you'll understand it's stationary when I thought you meant sitting down.
All right.
Glasses, microscope.
No.
Fuck. Am I close?
No, you're not close either. Okay. Am I pasta?
Officially, yes, but that's not what it says on the card.
God damn it!
I'm just saying, like, it's
okay. I've got another idea, but keep me coming. All right. I'm just I have to think like I'm in a headbands game and think of how stupid it would be.
Exactly.
And I think I've got it figured out.
Yeah. Okay, so it's something smart that can fit in my mouth. Is it Einstein's cock? I'm just kidding.
Close.
Oh,
No,
the theory of relativity?
No. Okay, give me a real guess, John.
Okay. Am I an atom?
No.
Damn. Say it like this. I am.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. You have to say I am or I am whatever.
Yeah.
I am Italian food.
No! You're circling around it, though. What is the most famous Italian food?
Other than pasta? Well, now I know, but it's not my guess. It's your turn.
Oh, man. Associated with smart, can fit in my mouth.
You want another hint?
Yes.
Okay. It's, the fact that you can't get this one. Let's put it this way. You having this card here is making you look very smart, but the fact that you... I should say it's making you look very bright, actually.
Oh, is it a light bulb? Oh, is it... I am a light bulb.
You are a light bulb.
Okay, now you just say I am a very specific type of pasta that's very popular.
You gave it away.
I'm sorry.
Because I was going to say I am a pizza and be wrong. And that would have been so great.
I kind of knew pizza was coming, but I would have had to redirect you
Don't
back.
ever help me win unless I really ask for it.
Okay.
Don't, I wanted to really in that moment say I'm a pizza and I've been wrong. I really would have loved that. Instead, now I know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to ruin the game.
I am spaghetti.
Hey.
I'm spaghetti.
Hey. But look at the card is very confusing, right? Because it's got meatballs on it. So
as opposed to I am spaghetti and meatballs,
or whatever. I'm Italian food. Like they should have just had the box of Barilla, right?
That could have been a plate of spaghetti.
Oh shit!
You had the genius light above your head, Sean.
Oh, it's fucking crazy.
Can you please take a picture of the spaghetti in my hat?
Well, yeah. Let's figure out a way to... Because I just had it like leaning on the edge there. Okay, so just move.
I'm not.
Yeah, I was like, you were so damn close. I'm going to keep my fucking light bulb card.
Oh, mine's all super shadowy. I want to see for remembrance. I want to see the full
card.
Yeah. So if you have to angle it,
Well, it's more like, is there any way of me putting it in the? Oh, there it is. Turn towards this way. So I get the light. There, that works. That works very well. Yeah.
All right.
You all right, buddy? Very tired. But I think I was exhausted from...
I don't want this spaghetti. Goodbye. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, given we didn't read the instructions, how was headbands? That was a big chunk of the MindWalk. Hey, guys, if you enjoy headbands,
subscribe.
Or actually, if you fucking hate headbands, subscribe to MindWalk Pod, follow MindWalk Pod on all social media, and rate us on iTunes, and go to the MindWalk Podcast Patreon and give us $1.99 to support. Just give us $1.99 a month. And if you want extra MindWalks every month, then give us $5. And if you want extra MindWalks, give us 10. But really, all I'm asking of you, noble listener, is to not be a trail moocher and to just give us $1.99 a month.
Oh man, I wish I had some bolt cutters. See, look at this. What a waste.
Oh yeah, it ended up being a fucking dead end anyway.
Oh no, we can get out through here.
Oh, I see. Oh, well, that's...
Oh, I know.
Oh, god damn it.
I know. Oh, fuck me.
Well, I gotta put my sombrero through there. I can't go through there.
Be careful of the spiky spikes.
Oh, I know.
But this is
Sean.
This is a part of the park I've never seen
before. I can't put it
before.
over the fence. I gotta give you the hat underneath.
This is a part of the park I'd never even been to before.
I mean, surely we've driven past it, right?
No, I've never been to this part of the park before. Oh, you know what? I've ridden my bike by it before.
Now, Sean... Oh, I see. So when I said, am I tomato sauce?
Yeah.
I was like, well, there's tomato sauce on... I was thinking like a jar of tomato sauce.
Yeah, but
it's not. It's
not.
just. But there didn't even really seem to be sauce on there. It was just meatballs.
That's
even though it said, like, it really should have said spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the picture was very confusing compared to the.
So, Sean.
Oh shit!
What?
I think this is the park that we used to play volleyball at.
Well, I didn't do it. Who are you talking about?
It's a group of my buddy Dave would organize. It's basically like North Hollywood, kind of like people in the industry volleyball game. Lee Turgeson was there often. I think this was the park. Huh.
So, hey, about my work.
Yes, back to your work.
So, in spite of the rough beginnings, and it was a rough beginning there on this set, it ended up being all right. The work, I had to haul stuff around. Yeah, the hours were a little long, but they didn't go over long. I had to drive the U-Haul a couple of times. I had to rent the U-Haul and drive the U-Haul another time. And given that my air conditioning in my Subaru is busted, it was nice driving around that U-Haul with the AC.
Oh, yeah.
It was like I was hog living, as they say. And I had to run some other errands. I had to go to the Army surplus store and buy a Marine Corps flag.
Which one?
It was the something sergeant, the supply sergeant.
Over on Victory or the one in Hollywood?
The one that's like east of Van Nuys.
Yeah.
So
that's the one on Victory. Yeah, that's our local Army surplus store. I love that place.
So yeah, I bought a Marine Corps flag for the biker bar scene, and then so my art department boss, art sensei, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've developed a friendship of sorts.
Yeah.
He respects my work ethic, which means something considering that guy works himself really hard.
Fucking hard.
And I think we were in the Elks Lodge, all right? And wandering around that place, it's Americana. It's just America everywhere and God everywhere.
Oh, yeah, of course.
At the Elks.
Yeah,
and
you have to be a believer.
And one of the things that, as we were walking down the stairs, we were carrying a bed, this heavy bed down the stairs. And
real quick, before you get to the bed.
Yes?
What is this tiny little... Oh, it says Squirrel Party of 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm going to tag him on the MindWalk Pod Instagram.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not? Sean, get in there.
At Squirrel Party of 2, should I bring Barney in?
Of course. Barney's the marketing we need to ascend the next level. Perfect. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, it's well, now the corn has been eaten, presumably by squirrels, and it's like a picnic bench that's nailed to a tree, like a mini picnic bench.
So I'm sure, they just come out here with the corn, and then they put the camera on it, and... Come on, bud. Oh.
Look, just keep moving. He'll follow. So we are carrying the bed, and then we get down the stairs again, and there's a picture of a lady, a white lady, sewing an American flag. And Art Sensei says to me, "Who's that?" And I say, "Betsy Ross." And he's like, "That's right, very good." I feel like I really passed a test with him.
Yeah.
Because he saw my Bernie stickers. Right? So he, I think, was a little suspicious. Right?
Nice.
That maybe, going to call into question my work ethic. It's going to call into question, am I just going to be there to race hell on the production and be an entitled brat? Do I even know who Betsy Ross is? But I passed that test, and I feel like after I said that, that definitely earned a notch of respect in his belt.
Okay, good.
So, we're developing a working relationship. And he friends me on Facebook.
Oh, nice. Fuck yeah.
Sends me a friend request. So he's saying he respects he says he likes my attitude.
Yeah.
He says, I want to hire you again. I like your attitude.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah, that feels good, right?
Yeah.
I do have a fucking good attitude.
You do have a good attitude. I'd even say, like, even compared to your breasty coworker, she did not know how to assert herself in a way that she felt respected. So she was getting, like, run over. Also, maybe just, I don't know, the difference between being a man and being a woman. I don't know. Maybe that's enough. I cannot...
That may very well.
Yeah.
I have some... I have some suspicions on that, but I'm going to not say it on the podcast. So, this is an edit of a sort, but we're not cutting it out.
Okay.
Because this is just our conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, got the work ethic thing, got all that. So then, on the last day on set, I was thinking of wearing a Bernie shirt because... the convention was going on. I had just done my vote. I'd had the stickers. I'm like, fuck it, man. Maybe I'll wear a fucking Bernie shirt on set.
Yeah.
But I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just continue wearing goat versus fish shirts.
Which is a stronger political statement, I think.
A political statement with real consequences.
Yeah, start heading back towards... Because I found us another secret passageway already. What's up, bud? What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? You need a little attention? Yeah, you do.
But Art Sensei decided to wear a t-shirt of a political statement.
Oh, shit. Which one?
National Rifle Association instructor.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
This guy that I've now formed a working relationship of mutual respect is a fucking full-on Trump supporter.
Wow! But...
I saw on the Facebook friend.
Yeah.
It was like, his last post was like back in 2016. It's like, just attended my first Trump rally. Man, it was great.
Wow.
And so I decided, I don't think I'm going to friend this guy on Facebook. Also, I like having the more professional, like, we don't need to, I don't need him looking at what I'm posting. It's just not necessary.
And here's the thing. If you bring your professional best and he brings his professional best to the job, there's no reason why politics ever needs to come up.
No.
Yet I think ultimately, on some levels, you probably are aligned in a lot of ways about kind of how the system is corrupted.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's that. I mean, I don't really want to get into that discussion with him. It's not necessary. But I do wonder if... Well, okay. I'm not so special. If he's working in fucking Hollywood, of course he's running across, liberals, lefties all the time, right? So I'm obviously not the first person that he's had to work with of this alignment. Yeah. But I was certainly the only person in that parking lot with 3 Bernie bumper stickers on there. I'm obviously very, vocal and not at all ashamed to show it on my fucking car. But I'm also not there. I mean, I'm the only way I'm preaching on set about that. The only way is by
the fairness.
Is just making sure I'm getting paid for the hours that I worked.
Yeah.
And there was one thing that came up where I was like, I don't like this part. So one of the other guys on set, he was just being a real jack of all trades. I'll just call him jack of all trades in this particular production. And
Jack did what?
He wasn't as fit as I am, we'll say.
Okay.
But he was being roped into a lot of art department stuff, which again in this case was really just hauling furniture around.
Yeah.
And he said that he had strained his arm, his forearm, and he was still being asked to lift all this heavy stuff. And as soon as he said, like, I strained my arm earlier, my reaction was, oh, whoa, hold on, no, we'll find some other way. I'll find another person to haul this with. Like, absolutely not. Like, no, under no circumstance do I want you
to be re-injured,
to exacerbate this.
Yeah.
Like, no, sir. So I go to Art Sensei and I'm like, oh, well, the guy you told me to work with, the jack of all trades, he says that he hurt his arm, and so as far as the heavy lifting stuff, you and I will have to do that or something. And Art Sensei kind of just like rolling his eyes a little bit, being a bit, it's like, and his response was basically, well, if he hurt his arm, then I stub my toe and I'm not doing any work either. And like, I don't like that attitude one bit.
No.
That is a piss poor attitude. This attitude of, well, if they have an injury and can't work, then fucking I'm going to have an injury and not work too. As opposed to just having an attitude of like, oh, well, if that's where there's a problem, if that's where there's some suffering going on, then let's let the team coalesce around that and we'll figure out another way to do it, because tomorrow I may be hurting or tomorrow you may be hurting.
Yeah.
As opposed to taking this position of, well, then I won't work either.
We're not going that way, bud.
I didn't like that attitude. That's not how I would run shop.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate that at all, because I was like, no. So, there's an area of, and again, it's, I mean, everything is political, and I think on some root level there is a political disagreement in that attitude, right?
Yeah,
that he and I have.
For sure.
But apart from that, which I'm not excusing, all in all, it was it was all very fair.
Yeah.
And by the end of the shoot, everyone gathered around for drinks. The director's like, "Hey, all right, let's all have a shot." After we finished.
Yeah.
And we were still hauling stuff. But Art Sensei was like not having anything to do with that shot. He was just going still up and down the stairs, hauling stuff.
Fuck yeah.
And I was like, fuck that. I'm
gonna have a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna join. When the director and the whole production is standing around being like, let's all drink together, and I'm the new kid in the scene. Like I have to.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Join.
I see both sides.
Yeah.
Because as a person in recovery, I'm like, oh, they want me to fucking. Take the poison with them.
Well, it makes me wonder if Art Sensei is himself
probably
in recovery.
I would say,
Oh, and that's the other thing, man. Art Sensei has a huge taxidermy collection.
What?
Yes, animals he shot and killed himself.
Oh, I want to meet this guy.
I know.
He sounds very fascinating. And again, I think that ultimately we would probably agree on a lot of the flip between, hey, wait, where are you going? Barney. I know you want shade, but we're going this way. The flip between what they say Bernie supporters and Trump supporters is just like the people that are more likely to jump ship are more likely to jump to Trump or to Bernie rather than to Biden.
Now, I am a little bit concerned about some of those folks, because no matter how bad Bernie loses, there is no way I would ever flip to a fucking Trump supporter, because I see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Like, that just wouldn't happen. But
hey, I tell you, even if he just promised Medicare for all, he'd fucking win in a landslide.
Oh, for sure. And he may do it.
Yeah. He just has to say it.
Or he may just say something like, with me, everyone's getting health care. Like, just say that, right?
Yeah.
That may be enough. But, I in my most fantasy political world, me working with him and showing him who Betsy Ross was and had a good work ethic.
Yeah.
Maybe, oh shit, oh
no,
no, damn, nah, shit.
Mike
checking Mike. Is Mike running? Yes.
But now is Mike walking?
Yeah.
That's really what we
so, did I soften him to the Bernie supporter at all? Did I earn respect on behalf of the lefty for this guy?
So I want to try to cross the street here. Yeah.
Oh, right here?
Well, there's a crosswalk here.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it has nothing to do with
but it's interesting.
The politics. I don't know what he might have thought, but
it's interesting because Bernie's pretty soft on guns. Vermont's a pretty gun happy environment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So yes, a Bernie Sanders delegate, worked and sweat and did the trabajo.
Right shoulder to shoulder with a Trump supporter.
That's right. And, I'd like to believe in some world that, not just between me and him, but more broadly, that working together...
Okay, we can do this.
Yeah, we can do this. That working together...
I think it's on this side. There's an opening in the gate on the other side over there. It looks like it. Working together.
Like, do you think that if Bernie supporters and Trump supporters worked together on a common project that was otherwise apolitical, that there could be a development of trust between them that could lead to a... because I'm coming at it from the Bernie perspective, I'm not really interested in the Bernie supporter becoming more like the Trump supporter.
Well,
is there more broadly? Does can people working together help to ameliorate and alleviate some of the distrust and tension that might exist between two opposing groups to the extent where they may no longer want to fuck each other over?
So I think this is...
can it solve racism? Can it solve sexism?
I think
working together,
if this is going to sound crazy, I'll say, first though, if Trump died, there's nobody on his side that can take his place. Right? There's nobody that has the same kind of hypnotism and rhetoric. Mike Pence is no fucking Trump.
Right.
There's nobody on that side. So I think that we would definitely get some people from that side to come to our side. Now, if Bernie died, I don't think that there's the same analog. Because I think that the people that are anti-Trump on Bernie's side are most of Bernie's supporters. Or a lot of them. Trump is for sure the enemy. Right, buddy?
So, just a thought. We were having a conversation long ago about one of the other podcasts I listened to talking about solidarity among workers.
Yeah.
Now, solidarity was different from unity or something.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly.
And, I don't know. Maybe is there a lesson in there? Yeah, I don't know.
I think so. I think what it is we're all workers shoulder to shoulder. And, oddly enough, we have the same mutual enemy, which is the corporations. The government, it just happens to be bending the knee to the corporations. I mean, Trump is literally a CEO. Like he is corporation. He is.
Yes.
There was
well, that was one of my jokes from the, playing the corporate Democrat.
Yeah.
Was, I realized that to play the character of a corporate Democrat, I still had to be anti-Trump.
Yeah.
At least in rhetoric. So I said something like, we must defeat Donald Trump because even though all of my puppet strings are controlled by the corporations, Trump is a corporation. And to a certain extent, I do actually think that that's true.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't want corporations controlling everything, so what's your answer? We put a corporation in the White House. It's like, no, that doesn't solve it.
Nope.
That does not solve it at all.
There's I forget whose joke it was. I want to say Bill Hicks, but it's like the setup is something like, they want to make a corporations have the same rights as humans. And then I saw Mitt Romney, and I was like, oh my God, the bastards did it. And I can't remember who it is, but Mitt Romney is the punchline. But it's, if
corporations had the same rights as humans, they wouldn't have that many rights at all.
It's true. They have more rights than us, partially because they can outlive us and they don't get sick and they don't have to sleep.
And that's why they really run everything.
Yeah.
Because they have found the life-giving elixir. They have found the way to not die.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't
right?
even
So,
thought of that.
I mean, imagine if you were a human and you lived for 100 years and you never tired and you just were gaining more sort of power and knowledge the longer you lived.
This is why the vampire is the prime metaphor for the corporation, right?
Oh yeah, I'd say so. I mean,
and then the
definitely
zombie
more than a werewolf.
Yeah, and then the zombie is the fucking prime metaphor for the worker.
But here's the thing about Art Sensei, right? I think he's got it internalized, and I think this is where there's some conflict between the left and the right, if I can use these stupid sweeping categorizations. I think on the left there's they're both getting screwed, right? But I feel like aren't there more on the right or on the Trump side who have really internalized this hard work to the extent where it's like, yeah, it sucks and they're being oppressed, but they also kind of value it and identify with the suffering. And so this because I just got the sense with Art Sensei that he was super tired all the time and he was working a whole lot, but in some way I don't think he could really stop himself, and I also think he had a sense of moral pride about it.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
Even as he was being ground and ground and ground. Do you see what I mean?
Isn't the irony that on the gate of Auschwitz...
Yeah.
Right?
Work shall set you free.
Work shall set you free.
And exactly. And we have that dumbass mentality here, too. So...
And then he looked in Big Brother's eyes and he knew.
I think that there's a difference in... We're both being afflicted by it, but some take pride in their fucking abuse.
Do you want to get your water bottle and refill it?
Well, the water bottle's in the car, and we're on our way back.
Yeah, but we still have time.
Oh.
If you want to go get it and fill it up, and then we can run out the clock a little bit.
No, man, we're good. By the time we get back, we're going to be good.
Okay, good.
We're going to be swell. Oh, I see what you mean. Maybe.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Really, we just need to kill another couple minutes.
The alarm went off?
It was going to go off in 2 minutes, and I stopped the alarm.
Oh, okay.
Because we were so close to the car that we were
gotcha.
fine. So let's just do another lap.
Yeah.
Come around.
Yeah. Want to go this way?
Sure. So he said he'll give me a call on some of his further future gigs, and provided I am available and have the energy, I'm probably going to take him.
So I want to ask, though, I mean, not that you need to talk any kind of smack. Mm-hmm. You don't want to. What do you think, besides moving a lot of the furniture, what do you think of the quality of his work, the choices he was making, about the stuff that went into the show, and his because I think that the idea with his position is kind of he's the ultimate, they can say, we want X, Y, or Z, we want it to look like this, but he's the ultimate one that's choosing the final pieces that go in, and he has the connections to the rental houses.
And the printers. And
exactly. Yeah. Did you like what he was producing? Did it fit in with did it make the movie what the movie was supposed to be? You know what I mean? Yeah,
I'm going to abstain.
Okay, fair enough.
For a few reasons. One, because I don't really know what he had to work with.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a little kind of unfair not knowing that. And also, I haven't seen the final product.
Yeah.
And I've been on a handful of sets, and I've filmed a few things myself.
Yeah.
But I haven't done enough to know
to really be able to say.
How it's going to look on film.
But ultimately, the time working with him, you thought he treated you fairly. He communicated well his position. He gave you enough. He gave you enough latitude to succeed at what you were trying to do. He set you up for success, not failure. As a manager, you felt well managed.
Yeah, and I was just, a lot of that was from me also, if I may be so bold, because, he'd say, I want you to pick up this kind of thing. And then I'd be like, okay, well, what dimensions do you want it to be? And do you want it to be like this, or do you want it to be like that? And then I'd find the thing at the place, and then I'd take a picture of it before I buy it. Take a picture of it, send it to him. Is this how you want? Yes, that's how I want. So I just was every step of the way, just confirm. Which
is, that is a great employee. Even though they can be kind of annoying. Right. Ultimately, it's better than the other side.
Exactly. I know it exactly.
Yeah.
I think so. Because the annoyance of that time that's spent doing all those checking, it's a small annoyance there, but it's going to save you so much time for that one time that you buy the wrong thing and come back, and then you got to drive another 2 hours round trip, and it just doesn't fucking work.
And he probably sees that. Cool. So we're going to stand in the shade and finish this up?
Like I said, we're going to just do just a little walk around.
Okay. So what did we talk about? We talked about the angry old man fight. Are we still going to call this
old man fight?
It's a very provocative title.
Here we go. Dog time.
It's all right, buddy. Barney. Everyone should be all right. Seems cool. Seems chill. Yeah. Barney's much better with females than males. Yeah. Right, buddy? Also, she had the ball in her mouth. I feel like she didn't want to give it up.
So the thing about Old Man Fight that I'm thinking of, it's a fine title. It's a great title. But it's like, ooh, if only we had the actual fight on audio, then it really would be the only. Sure. This is just a recounting of the fight.
Well, no, maybe we'll bring that energy to a future.
So we want to find him. We want to find him again. Be like, wait, hold on. Are you threatening my dog? Wait, hold on. Let me get
our recorders.
Although he recorded us.
Yeah, we need to get that footage. Hey, old man, send us that footage. Yeah. I just want to see my performance. Really, I want to put it on my reel.
Yes.
We also talked about Art Sensei. We talked about...
we played headbands.
Disassociations. We played headbands. I mean, we could have called it headbands. The only thing, I don't want to give them any...
No more than they already got. I got nothing wrong with Old Man Fight. There's some principle in me that's like, but it was just a description of it. It wasn't... And, so I feel... like insecure about that. Like,
but it wasn't.
We didn't get the Old Man Fight. We just got you telling a lame story about it.
But
like
it was a pretty big moment for us. Number one, and then number two. Like most of the time, in most podcasts, it's never. Even if somebody tells a story about something that they give it a provocative title because of that story, that didn't actually happen in the studio. I mean, yes, we are making.
Yeah, we're the exception. That
we are
proves
making
the rule, right?
Yeah, we are making a different kind of podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Gonna keep going?
Well, we're just going around.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's gonna end soon.
I know. I was either gonna get more. I'll get a drink.
All right. We'll get another drink.
Yeah. I'm gonna go into the forbidden
children's play zone. There's no children here.
Here's the saddest part about this. They have come in here to handicap this.
Oh, tying the swings together so they
can't be used? You can't be using them.
Seems so.
So sad.
No fun here.
This is your government working. Because they couldn't fucking respond to the COVID properly, they have to make children unable to play.
Ooh.
Yeah. They couldn't respond to it properly, so they had to fucking handicap the fucking world.
And there's like a caution tape that was around here, but now it's just fallen to the ground. It clearly wasn't working.
Yeah.
But the swings are still fucking tied up.
I mean,
Meanwhile, we got people playing basketball, drinking water, sitting around.
And, we found that the vitamin D is probably the best answer. Having people outside, especially children on the swing, could be the best answer. Why don't we have school outside? Have outside school.
Well, that's the philosophers walking, right?
Yeah.
Walking and talking with their students. It's a fitness podcast, but it's clearly also a philosophy podcast.
But when did everything go inside? I feel like most of Greek culture seemed like it was a lot outside. Markets, bazaars were all mostly outside space. I suppose, again, this comes back down to the Nordic people.
I don't know. It might have come with the advent of air conditioning. It's like, we can make our place so comfortable now.
Yeah. I think it also has to do with winter. Like, winter peoples have to spend a lot of time inside.
Well, but also just the destruction of outdoor public space.
Yeah.
And the increase in traffic.
Oh, yeah.
All of these things push us inside.
Yeah, the cars. The motherfucking cars.
The less space we have to walk around and be, the more dangerous it is out there. The harder it is to walk around town because we're a car city, so we can't walk around. Look, I went to Vienna. Was it Vienna that I went to? Or was it? I think I did. I'm losing track of the European city that I went to. I think it was. Yeah, it was Vienna. And it's like, it's this small. The footprint of it is so much smaller, and like the public transportation works. But there's a lot more walking around just because it is walkable. Like LA is not fucking designed to be walkable. So there, people are going to be inside again a lot as well.
Yep, Vegas.
There's a lot of forces keeping us inside, and we are in a big old heat wave. For the record, books, the most recent reliably recorded hottest temperature in reliably recorded history has occurred in Death Valley. It was like 130 degrees. That was just like yesterday.
Wow.
So, yeah, guys, the climate change is going to keep coming. Keep coming at you.
So walk. Just walk.
Fuck it, walk.
Walk. You got less than a mile to go to get something? Walk. I need to encourage myself. The thing is, though, what I'll do is I will stop at the grocery store on my way home so I don't make a special trip. Just in case I have more groceries than I can carry home. But why would I ever have more groceries than I can carry home? That seems wasteful. Why does anybody need more than... I mean, I guess if you're a family, but, you know, why are people having kids?
Get a basket for your head.
Get a basket for your head.
Dude, the light bulb on your head, the sign of genius. I was going to say, instead of intelligence, I was going to say something about, like, having ideas, like you have good ideas, but I thought that might give it away too much. Probably not.
Also, I think if we knew the nature of the cards, they all seem to be nouns.
Right, yeah. Well, Sean, we did it. We published our first MindWalk today, a little bit late according to our preferred schedule, but not really late because we got it out on the correct day.
Yep.
We got this one in the can.
I will edit it momentarily.
So it's been good. Here's to...
Oh, I gotta pee.
Oh, you gotta pee?
Yeah.
Are you gonna really wander around and look for a place to pee while we're wrapping up the podcast? Are you gonna pee while on the podcast?
I was thinking about we could walk to the bathroom and finish up, and then do the mind walk.
Oh, you want to? Well, where is it?
I think it's right over there.
Okay, you want to walk to the bathroom and finish up outside the bathroom.
Okay, I can make it. I can make it.
Okay.
No, it's just more that, like, that pausing energy caused me to, like, oh, do I need to pee? But I know I'll be home in a minute.
No. So, guys, subscribe to MindWalk Pod.
Yeah.
And follow MindWalk Pod on all social media.
Uh-huh.
And give us money on the Patreon.
Yes.
I'm Mike.
I'm Sean.
And this has been another edition of
MindWalk!
Sean with the short MindWalk. He has to pee first.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.